What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another YouTube recap. It's been so long since I haven't done one of those. Probably like, what, 2 weeks ago? Because I haven't taken any setups for 2 weeks. I think I only took two setups and they were recapped on the Discord. So if you want to see the other recaps, link in bio to join the Discord. But, anyways, let's get into today's setup and talk about what I took, my thought process, and everything. And yeah, so let's get into it. So coming into the day, I'm gonna start doing my daily bias. And coming into the day, we were leaning obviously bearish because we had swept this 4 hour buy side liquidity level, had SMT there, and then we started going higher. And this 4 hour buy side liquidity level was inside a 4 hour fair value gap. So that's a liquidity sweep inside a higher time frame fair value gap. Plus made SMT, so that's an SMT inside a higher time frame fair value gap. And then go back to the lower time frame. Wait, let me go back to 930. Start new 930. So 930 opened. I wanted to see if we were gonna hold or respect this 15-minute inverse or respect this 15-minute gap, and this 15-minute gap was my condition for the day. If we inverse this 15-minute gap, then yes, I do want to see us trade lower. It's a 15-minute bullish gap. Yes, I do want to see us trade lower into London lows, which was my daily target, which was right here because we had Asia swept, London high swept, and London low swept. If we didn't, then I wanted to see higher levels of liquidity because we obviously have a lot of higher levels of liquidity, such as this daily buy side and this daily fair value gap. So again, as we said, coming into the day, I was leaning obviously bearish to these lows, and I wanted to see the 15-minute get traded into, and then set this 15-minute as a condition. So we traded into that 15-minute, and then guess what? At market open, as usual, nothing new. We did just dump, no entries, and we hit the daily objective. So we hit London lows, we hit this high, we hit Asia highs, London highs, Asia lows, whatever the fuck the liquidity was on the charts. We don't have liquidity anymore. So I either just call it a day or trade the internal model. And I was kind of convinced, because I haven't taken a trade this whole week, so I was kind of convinced that okay, today might be the day for the setup. So I wanted to stay longer on the charts. I wanted to stay just a bit past 11 a.m. just to see what the charts, what market wanted to do, just to see maybe hop on PM, just to see other liquidity targets. Maybe if we close lower and manage to even go lower, we could see these lows. So I just wanted to see and watch. But on other days, on Mondays, for example, if we had something like this, if I took a setup yesterday, if I did something, I would have called it a day and just ended. But stayed on the charts, kind of wanted to see what the market was going to give me, then straight chop from there. Insane chop. We had nothing. We swept this low. I wanted to see the 15-minute fair value gap. We swept the low, and then we started going higher. Literally no gaps to call, literally nothing to take. And then we hit the 15-minute, went lower. And then when we went lower, we rejected this 1 hour low. And look at this beauty of a rejection. Rejected this 1 hour low. So usually when you reject and sweep lows like that, when you reject and sweep lows like that, you'd expect market to reverse and to go where? To this. So when we hit to the past highs. So when we hit the 15-minute, this was again my condition for the day. So if we inverse the 15-minute, then I wanted to see longs. I wanted to see us go higher. I wanted to see us trade higher. But what happened next? We didn't inverse the 15-minute, and then we kept going lower. So we went lower. There was this 5-minute fair value gap that I didn't really like because time wasn't the best. It was 10:40. I don't really like to trade 10:40. I either trade after 11, after the 11 a.m. manipulation, or I trade before that. And I don't really like to trade after between 10:45 and 11 that time, because that time is kind of preparing for the 11 a.m. Manipulation. So I waited, and then we got a beautiful 11 a.m. open low. We opened up a 5-minute, and what I wanted to see was 10 a.m. open higher, because we inversed the 5-minute. So what I wanted to see was 10 a.m. open higher into this 5-minute, and then low close into this low that I wanted to see, which was the low from AM, the lowest low in AM. So this is what I wanted to see. We're holding a 15 minutes. I was obviously leaning bearish. We were disrespecting bullish PD arrays and respecting bearish PD arrays. We were going down, inversing bullish fair value gaps, respecting bearish fair value gaps. So we went lower. 11 a.m. opened lower. Let me just mark up the open low candle. This is the open low candle. Here's the open, sorry. The open low candle, open here, sorry, again. what's wrong? Okay. So here's the open candle. This is 11 a.m. open, low, high, close. And then I called it on the Discord. I even said, okay, I either want to see this happen, 1, 2, 3, or I want to see this happen, 1, 2, 3. Why this? Because open low and then high close. Open low into a liquidity sweep with an SMT, target and unfilled fair value gap, which is a very nice setup, and all of this low resistance liquidity that we had right here. Plus this was the last 5 minutes that we opened since the 11 a.m. So if we wanted to manipulate if we wanted to distribute somewhere after manipulating, it would have been this point. So we went lower, we swept liquidity here. We made SMT with the S, as you can see, look to your right. Here's the SMT, this low, made SMT with the S, and I took this 30-second CRSD. I don't know if you go on Instagram, watch our last post, I recorded that. I took the entry here thinking that this would give me CRSD because it fucking opened higher, so I thought this was gonna give me CRSD. It didn't. So I took the entry here, kind of, and this was my entry. My stop was at the body, as always, and then my target was the 5 minute, and I wanted to take it on 2 contracts because risk was insanely small. I was literally risking like what, 0.75, $370 something, which is 0.25% of my account. So I wanted to add to the position, but I was like, it's fine, I'll just take the win. And the only reason I wanted to add was because I wanted to partial at 11 a.m. open, high, low, close. But it's fine. I took it on 1 cone, and then we were opening up a 5 minute while I was in the setup. So we opened up the 5 minute. Here's my entry here. Opened up the 5 minute. Directly, as soon as we opened up the 5 minute, I moved my stops to break even, as always. And then as you can see here, this is the 5 minute that we opened up. I moved my stop to break even. Okay, moved my stop to break even, and then guess what? We got stop rated, BE rated actually. And then what happened? Look. We hit the 11 open high, and we were gonna go hit the 5 minute. And then we opened up this 5 minute, and I had one last stop in the setup because I was way too confident that okay, we're gonna see this 5 minute. I was super confident because we went lower, 11 a.m. opened lower, we swept liquidity, we made an SMT. I was super confident in this, and I didn't wanna retry it here because I was kind of not emotional, but I don't know if you get me, but imagine bro not taking a setup for the past fucking week, and then you come on the charts, first setup that you see is amazing, and then you get BE rated after waiting a whole week to take a setup. So I was kind of emotional. I don't want to rush. I didn't want to like end the week negative. So I was like, okay, I'll slow it down. I'll see if we reject from the 5 minute. I'll see if we get something in AM, in PM, sorry. I'll see if we do make something interesting later on. I don't want to take this. So I slept on this. I kind of faded this. There was no reason for me other than just my mental to fade it. But we faded it. And then we opened up this 5 minute. I was like, wait, there might be a last chance for us to live because we're not rejecting off anything. So if we go lower, hit the 5 minute, this would probably mean if we hit the 5 minute, respect that 5 minute, this would probably mean that okay, we're gonna see the higher 5 minute, which was my main target. So not rejecting off anything, we started going lower somehow, and we made relative equal highs with this 5. I was like, okay, this is my time to shine. So went lower, we swept the 5 minute, and then we opened up this 1 minute. Inverse this 1 minute, this candle. I was gonna be like, okay, no, I'm not gonna take this setup, but then we got this beauty of a candle. I waited for market to go lower, executed here. I took this on 4 cones, risking, I think it was 0.4%, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, because it was 50, so it was around 0.7%. So it was around $1,000 risk, and my target was the 5 minute. My break even was the last high that we made. What was the last manipulation high that we made, and then yeah, it was all beauty from here. As you can see, we went back lower, we retested the fair value gap. Was gonna get stopped by a few ticks, but then this 30-second held miraculously. We held this 30-second, and then we made 30-second CRSD, closed above these highs. I was very confident in the setup. I didn't mind the loss. We went here, made equal highs with this, and then fully swept it, moved my stops to break even, and then bang. Ended the day up $1,490. Let me show you right here on my 15 accounts. $1,490 on my take profits on all of my accounts. So yeah, that's that for the day. Let me know if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bang Shabib.